Hello everyone and welcome back to Rudy's 1/6 World for another First Thoughts video. And this time we're going to be looking at two announcements from Hot Toys, and it just made sense to group these together. But they're two figures from the Bad Batch, being Wrecker and Tech. So we'll start first by looking at Wrecker. And before we start, I'm sorry I took a little break from these First Thoughts videos. It's been eerily quiet, maybe, it seems like. I know Hot Toys did release the figure from The Mandalorian, but it just seemed like a retread, so not really much to discuss on that one other than a shield, right? But these two figures really do stand out. First of all, he's 33 centimeters tall, which is about roughly 13 inches, so just an inch over the other figures. But this is what I kind of like about these troopers in particular. It's that they all stand apart, right? They're very unique, from the physical characteristics, the sculpts, the uniform, the armor, the weaponry. I think I've gone over this before, saying that I'm not a huge fan of just troopers in general. I already went down that road with the Force Awakens troopers, where I had to collect all of them, and now I have an army of troopers, which looks great, but I had to stop, right? It was an endless vicious cycle. But figures like this, they're so unique and they really stand out, and it gives you that. I mean, they're a team, right? They're the Bad Batch, so that's kind of one of the things that's very appealing about these releases overall. It's that you're getting something that when you group them together, it doesn't feel so much like just a retread of all the clones that have come before. They're very standalone pieces that when you look at them, be it the armor, be it the decals on the skull decals on the shoulder pads, the different helmets, right? The sculpts on Wrecker, for example, he has a heavily scarred sculpt that just goes along with the personality that they're giving them. And that's something that I noticed with these figures. And I've said it before with some other releases. You can look at some of the poses they chose to give them, and there's a lot of personality here and a lot of stuff to really like. So a figure like Wrecker, one, he's going to be bigger than the other one, so that's unique. And I think just the sculpt alone, I don't know if I'd choose to show him with the helmet, although the helmet is very unique and very cool looking. The sculpt is just so well done with all that scar tissue and whatnot, and the clouded eye. So I really do appreciate the effort Hot Toys put into these, and I mean, not just Hot Toys, but Star Wars, from a design perspective, giving these figures all different personalities. He just feels like he's going to be an imposing character. Now, you move to the second figure, which is Tech, right? And I think clearly, I should also say, I just started watching The Bad Batch, so I have a lot of catching up to do. But when you look at a figure like Tech, just like with Wrecker, there's a lot of personality there too, right? He looks older, and I don't know if that's true on the show. I definitely will get to that, I'm sure. But, he just, going along with his name, he's got all those tools that he carries on those utility pouches on his legs. It just, again, sets him apart a lot. And even with the different helmet style, where you can really display him with 3 different looks. Again, I don't know which I would pick to choose to display him with. I like the look with the glasses, right? I think that looks pretty amazing. But the helmeted look too, right? Maybe I'm not as crazy about the last one, but the look with the glasses and the visor lifted, it's very unique. And I think when you put these all together, if you do own any of the Bad Batch figures that have come before, I think you're really going to have something that really pops. Even the helmets, not the helmets, the backpacks, they're bulky, they're unique. Each one seems to have something a little bit different. This one, same thing, right? I think the only concern, again, with these figures, the utility belts, they look a little pleathery. Hopefully that's not the case, because longevity is always something to be concerned about. But I like the undersuit. They're highly posable, and they're doing a great job, again, showcasing that in the promo shots. So I really can't fault them for these, right? These figures just look fantastic. They look unique. They look really great. And I think for someone like me who's not big on just collecting troopers in different color variations of the uniforms or the armor, or just slightly different helmet variations, these are very appealing just because it feels almost like a modern day military unit, that has different gunner types, different specialties within the unit, and it just looks like something that if somebody looks at it, it's a team that's going to stand apart. So those are pretty much my thoughts on these guys. They look fantastic, and I think if we're looking first of all to complete the Bad Batch. I know a lot of people were waiting for some of these releases. If I'm very tempted, I just have a lot on my plate right now. I just feel like Hot Toys, there's a lot brewing. I just got my DeLorean shipped. Hopefully no QC issues on that one. There's just a lot going on. I'll keep an eye on them, but with all the pieces going on waitlist as well, I'm trying to be very selective about what I pick. In moments like this, you wish you could win the lottery and just buy everything, but unfortunately we can't. So I will say they are the most tempting I've had, and I do like unique troopers like this. I think they definitely stand apart. So hopefully if you are looking to complete the Bad Batch, you're super happy tonight. I think these look great, and they turned out really fantastic. So thanks again for watching, and as always, if you are enjoying the content, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll touch base on the next one.